Good morning, sweet souls. Sweet, courageous, adventurous, abundant, enlightened, yet humanly ordinary souls. I love this title. James Bond and Cleopatra had sex, and I was born. Same to you. James Bond and Cleopatra banged, and you were born. That's how epic you are. That's how non special you are, too. Because we're all the childs of James Bond and Cleopatra. What does that mean? We're all equal childs of God. What does that mean? That you're infinitely worthy and deserving of everything that your heart desires. What does that mean? That you're already complete. What does that mean? That you are the frequency of abundance. What does that mean? That you have nothing to worry about. What does that mean? That you can go ahead and live your passion. What does that mean? What is the most exciting, peaceful, authentic, integrous thing that you can choose to do in every frame of your reality? You are the creator. You are James Bond and Cleopatra's child. Think about how epic James Bond is. You know, mysterious, hot, cool, adventurous. He goes and does it. And at the end, he always gets the girl. He goes for the mission, conquers a task, has so much fun. You see him on the bar, like fighting with someone, some evil forces, and then he has a whiskey shot. Haha, whiskey shot, and then he gets the girl. James Bond is so epic, and he's your daddy. And Cleopatra, think about Cleopatra. She's just this ancient queen who's always worshipped, always adored, because she knew her worth. So now imagine that. Cleopatra, Queen of Egypt, James Bond, the most epic, mysterious, exotic guy. They had sex, and you were born. Imagine your codes, imagine your genetics, imagine how you would show up for life as the creator consciousness that you are, knowing that James Bond's your father and Cleopatra is your mother. Already wealthy as fuck, already hot as fuck, already enlightened as fuck, already normal as fuck, and already, hey, what the fuck do I want to do with my life now that James Bond and Cleopatra birded me and I'm so amazing? So if you know that you're already so amazing, you have nothing to worry about. You're ready to step in creator consciousness. What is creator consciousness? You're not a victim of your reality. You're the projector. You are the giver of life of your frame. Every single frame of your reality is there because you've placed it that way. You're not the receiver of life. You're the giver of light. Why am I here? Because I'm giving life to you in the audience. I'm giving life to myself here. I'm giving life to this beautiful resort that's holding my body. I'm giving life to the computer. I'm choosing to place my awareness and to manifest, although that word seems like kindergarten for me now. I'm choosing to experience life. Manifestation is what everybody does unconsciously, and then they want to learn how to manifest. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to hire someone to teach me how to manifest because I'm a baby. You are always manifesting. You're always manifesting, consciously or unconsciously. Manifestation is life experiencing itself without the doer. Because if you don't like what you're experiencing, your subconscious is taking the wheel of your car and taking you to places that you're like, why am I here? Why are these people here in my reality? Why am I playing in this movie? I don't like this movie. If you don't like the movie, why are you creating it? There's some healing work to do. There's some conscious work to do. There's something you need to look at about the beliefs and assumptions that you have about yourself that are telling you anything less than you are James Bond and Cleopatra's child. Just let that sink in. Fuck any affirmations. Fuck any like, I'm amazing. Oh yeah, I'm healed. Oh, I'm no one. There's no I. Okay, boring. I am James Bond and Cleopatra's child. That's it. Like, come from there in every scene. How would you respond to life if you knew that was true for you? Like, truly. I think that's the key for your enlightenment. Right now, you're done. You're done. You're done. You're done. If you already know, you are the most epic child in the world, like everybody else too. But you really own it. You really embody it. Amazing. You already embody it. And that's it. Let that be the canvas for the healing work to happen. Think about you sitting on a table for dinner in your epic castle. Imagine the house James Bond and Cleopatra would build. Whew, it would be so hot, so sexy, so beautiful, so full of love and mystery. And you go there on the table and you speak to your parents, which are James Bond and Cleopatra. And you're going to express all your limiting beliefs, all your beliefs of unworthiness. You get instantly healed. They won't even do a healing process for you. They would just look at you like this and have a sip of whiskey. And Cleopatra would be there just like looking so sensual and so relaxed. And you would instantly drop out of your conditioning without any type of work. You would be like, oh, okay, thank you for waking me up. I just remembered you guys are my parents, so I'm epic too. What does this mean? God is your father. We are his children. When you remember that God is your father in the symbols of James Bond and Cleopatra, the mother and father of the mother and father, you are the child of goddess. You are the child of God. What does that mean? You deserve your divine inheritance as your birthright. What is your divine inheritance? Perfect security, perfect fulfillment, perfect safety, perfect abundance, perfect unconditional love. This is you. Yes. The most beautiful, sweet, soft, subtle, childlike state combined with the strongest, most powerful, most certain character. We all deserve hotness, Kolincha. You are hotness. You are hot as fuck. You know what's hot? Knowing your worth as the child of God and goddesses. Remembering yourself as an equal co-creator of this playing field. Not taking shit from no one. Not taking shit from no one. You can love everybody unconditionally. That doesn't mean you're stupid. That doesn't mean you're passive. You're assertive. You're clear. You're aligned. You're integrous. You have God's will. You know where you're going. I think James Bond just like contracts when somebody calls him out on something. That's not true. Everybody's jealous of James Bond in the movies. Everybody wants to be James Bond. And if you are James Bond and somebody wants to tear you down, which is just your own self-projected, self-imposed self-judgments manifested in another situation or person to wake you back up into you are James Bond and see how you respond to that frame. How would you respond as James Bond? How would you respond as Cleopatra? James Bond doesn't give a shit about people judging him. Cleopatra doesn't give a shit about somebody not liking her. She's Cleopatra. He's James Bond. They don't give a shit. And they're your parents. And if they're your parents, back to the metaphor, God is your daddy. You are a child of God. You are infinitely worthy just because you exist. It's arrogant and selfish to believe that you are not worthy of existing. You, of the only soul in the world, of every soul that chose to incarnate on earth at this time, you are the only one that's not worthy of existence. How arrogant can you be? How selfish can you be? Only you are unworthy. And then you go to the table, the dinner table in your epic castle with your epic parents, James Bond and Cleopatra, and you sit there and you're like, I'm unworthy. And they just look at you, laugh. Another sip of whiskey. Another dance from Cleopatra. And you're just like, you snap out of it. You snap out of it. You snap out of it. Now, 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 now. You done? Oh, great. You remembered. You're infinitely worthy and there's no healing to do. You don't have to be stuck in a consistent cycle of healing and shadow work. There's relevance for that. We can get into that. but you can be done even while you're working on the subtleties. You can always come from the frame of your infinite worthiness while perfecting your personality. It doesn't end, but when you come from the frame of your infinite, mundane, fun, epic, normal self, like everybody else, see how I hype you up, but also humble yourself. I humble you because you're not special. Everybody's holy. So if everybody's holy, it cancels itself out and you're not special nor important. It's humbling. But it's not shy, it's not timid. It's humble confidence. So okay, we're on the same page. Humbly confident. Now what? From that state of knowing yourself as the creator, you are the creator. You are the creator of your frame, every frame of your movie, every frame of your scenes, every frame of your experiencing is there because you have chosen for it to be there. Then working on your personality, working on your self-concept becomes play. Then you can investigate yourself and the subtle paradoxes that come from what do I want to create now that I know that I'm fearless? And then it's not shadow work. Let's delete that from the Akashic records. Fuck shadow work. I don't want that word in my reality. Then it comes fun work. That's what you do with me. It's fun fucking work. Let's have fun designing your ideal movie. It's not shadow work because there's no more shadow. Because with me, with Cleopatra and James Bond, you share your subtlety. You share whatever you're ashamed about. You share what you feel guilty about. You share your fear. And I don't think we have to do shadow work. That's bullshit. You're complete. You're done. It's done. It's done. It's done. Okay, now what? Now that it's done and you're the creator, fun work. What do we do now? Easy, easy, easy. Cool. Your eyes pierced through my soul. I'm glad. Takes courage to look into someone's eyes that are just gazing at you with so much unconditional love. Because anything that's not aligned with love will show up. But I'll love it. And that would be an example for you to love it as well. Because there's no separation and I am you. Okay. So moving on. Now that you know you're the creator, now that you know that you give life to every single scene and snapshot of your experience from the projector of your movie in your mind's eye, looking outwards, and everything that you're seeing that is not of your preference, of your liking, you have the power to remove it from your reality and realign with the codes and frequencies that are a fuck yes for your soul. And that's your true happiness. That's your true fulfillment, to be in alignment with the mission, with the frequencies, with the codes that you came here to embody and be of service to the collective for. You came here to be of service. And what is the highest service? To be the most authentic you that you can be. Forget about enlightenment. Forget about self-realization. You're already there. Done. Done. You remember yourself as the infinite God self. Ooh, the I. Awareness beyond the I. What's beyond the I? Who am I? What am I? What am I? Done. Whatever. Easy. Non-dual bullshit. Okay. Now what? How can I show up as my authentic self in every single frame so I can truly be of service to the collective? What's the collective? It's you pushed out. What's the collective? The other movie characters that you're choosing to place in your frame of reality for fun. Service is fun. It's fun work. You can even call it work at this point. It's just play, 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 play. There's no more shadow work. It's play work. You want to do play work with Nicole Ortega? Well, you're here. Congratulations. You're welcome. Play work. Shadow work doesn't exist in my reality anymore. Play work. Because you're Cleopatra's and James Bond's child. Because God is your daddy. Who's God? Grandiose, omnipresent dream. How do you want to paint your dream? How do you want to color your world? How do you want to shape and mold your reality? You sit in the highest throne the most abundant throne of your heart's desire, and you surrender to the flow of life. So pause this video when this becomes a video recording. Yes. You are the Jesus. You are Jesus Christ. In this new era of what's going on with planet Earth, we are the Christ. It's just a state of consciousness. You are Christ. You are Jesus. You are Christ consciousness. Just attune yourself into the frequency of Jesus Christ. How would I show up being Jesus Christ? And this is what I call the modern mystic. Because to me, my Jesus Christ is James Bond and Cleopatra having sex, and I got birded. That's my Jesus Christ. That's my authentic frequency. You can have your own. That's Christ consciousness to me. Unconditional love in the modern world. You can be a modern mystic. They have to look like ancient times and the Himalayas and all these gurus and you can be a modern mystic. Whatever resonates for you, Jay Blair. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I know I'm Jesus. I am Christ consciousness. There's the Godhead. We're all aspects of God. But if I choose to claim myself as Christ consciousness, I'm going to start acting as that. Why would I create separation and create a journey and be like, oh, I serve my master? That's so disempowering for me. I don't serve my master. I serve myself. I serve myself because when I'm radiant, I'm in love, and I'm unconditional, I'm nourished, then I can be of service to others. How disempowering it is to create separation from, oh, Jesus is out there, God is out there, and I'm here serving a master. I'm not a slave. I'm epic, and you are too. I am Jesus. I am God. And you are too. We're all aspects of God. And me and I'm you. On that day, you will realize that I'm in my Father, and you are in me, and I am in you. You are the Christ. How does it feel to realize that? How does it feel to remember that you are the Christ? The humility is recognizing our divine inheritance. Oh, that's so sad, Jay. No, thank you. No, thank you. I don't agree with that. Right back at you, brother. True humility is recognizing our divine inheritance. Fuck yes to that, Colin. Fuck yes to that. True humility is remembering yourself as the Christ. True humility is remembering yourself as James Bond and Cleopatra's child. True humility is remembering yourself as God's will, God's head. It's not special. Because when you remember you're that, like everybody else, you stop searching, you stop seeking, you stop thinking like, oh, I'm over here, you're over there. Oh, there's a quest to realize myself, or it's a quest for enlightenment, or it's a quest for salvation. Gibberish. No. You don't need that. You don't need an arduous long journey. You can choose to realize yourself right now. And then you can do fun play work. What is fun play work? Now that you know you're the creator, how would you code your reality? How would you have fun in your reality? What's relevant? What's exciting? What is the most epic, passionate thing that I can create for myself and the rest of myself in this now moment in every single frame? Because I know that I'm always going to be supported. I'm always going to be happy. I'm always going to be in abundance. And there are people ready and eager to receive what I'm here to bring. There are people eager and ready that are, hey, insert your name here. Please, please, please remember yourself as the divine creator, an equally normal human that you are, so you can bring your service to the world, start being authentic, and everybody can benefit because it benefits the whole. Thank you, Alexandros. Yes, compassion. Yes. Yet I lived in the state of compassion for 2 years, just compassion and in my feminine. And I got fucked, like real fucked, not physically. I mean, yes, in the context of partners and romantic relationships, you're welcome for the extra information. I mean, I got taken advantage of. So we have to have a balance of compassion and wisdom. If I agree with what everybody says, every soul says, yes, we are one, yet we're souls in different frequencies. So if somebody comes here or in your field and shares something that doesn't align with your ultimate truth, that's why when I share something, I'm like, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If somebody shares something that doesn't align with you and your values and your self integrity and what you know, you are your guru. I'm not the guru. I'm here just sharing what's true for me. You are your own guru. So if anybody comes into your field and tries to impose something on you, already that's a red flag. It's like, why are you trying to convince myself of something? If you're not sure of it yourself, why would I take that? We only try to convince people of something if we're trying to believe that for ourselves. And that's already a red flag. Truth doesn't try to convince. Truth doesn't try to prove a point. Truth doesn't try to persuade. Truth just is. It just is. And it has fun. It's playful. It's not serious. I mean, the energy I was in at the beginning of this talk was, like a serious voice. But it can be playful too. Is playfulness appearing as seriousness? Playfulness appearing as seriousness. So back to when I got taken advantage of, or I chose to give my power away out of infinite compassion. The more in love we are with ourselves, the more in love we are with everybody. I'm in love with everybody here. I love you, Jay, as I love everybody here. But because I love you, I need to be true to what's aligned for me in the moment. I don't need to please you. I don't need you to agree with me. I don't want anything from you, so I can be truthful. When I was overly compassionate and I didn't have boundaries and I didn't have discernment, I drained myself because I wanted to help everybody and I wanted for everybody to feel good with what I was sharing. I wanted everybody to understand and I wanted everybody to get the message. And I'm so exhausting. Then I had to spend 3-4 days in bed after healing sessions or after trying to fix a seeming problem that I was also creating, me with attached to the outcome of people getting the message or people getting the healing. That's a lack of wisdom. So I had to learn the hard way while exhausting myself, burning myself out, that it was a lack of self-love. Higher love brings a balance to compassion. Higher self-love becomes compassionate yet discerning, unconditionally loving yet wise. Yes, I want to be of service to you and I need to nourish myself first. Yes, I'm sharing this message, but fuck, I have no control whatsoever if you get it or not. And I don't care anymore. Really, I don't care. And that's a higher level of unconditional love. That's a higher level of embodiment of Christ consciousness. Too much compassion, you become a doormat. Too much wisdom, you become cold-hearted and close. It's the dance of the Shiva and Shakti. Feminine and masculine, soft and tough, unconditionally loving, jugging, yet assertive. Cool. Okay, whatever. Your strength emanates in this video. It gives us the permission to have healthy boundaries. Thank you. Yes. And at some point, you just, some people you lose. We cannot help everybody. When somebody's arrogant and somebody tries to impose their beliefs and is like, I'm gonna prove you and I know better. They're already dequalifying themselves. They're already telling, I'm prideful. So they're not allowed in my field. And I have an instant filter and it's no thank you. Right back at you. because that energy of arrogance, it's draining. It's take energy. I need validation. I need you to see that I'm right and you're wrong. Please, please, please. It's like what I see is not the baby on the front, like I know better. What I see is the desperate lack energy behind that. Like, I need to prove myself. Please, please, please pay attention to me, mama. Please, mommy, I want to go back to the womb. Please, please, please give me love. And I'm like, okay, my child, I love you unconditionally, yet love yourself first. Only the mother to humble children. I'll only be the mother to humble children. No, thank you. Anyways, this is epic because it's an epic life demonstration of what I want my humble children to see on how to respond to the field. You gotta be wise. You gotta be assertive. You gotta be strong. And my heart is so soft, guys. My true essence from my videos that I posted in my stories yesterday from 4 years ago, that's my true self. I'm the softest, cutest, most loving kitty. Yet, I had to create this personality to take care of my inner child as well, to take care of my. Yet, don't be naive. This is from David Hawkins. Don't be naive. This is from David Hawkins. Transcending level of consciousness, chapter Unconditional Love. One of the hindrances of unconditional love when we reach such a high state of compassion for everybody is lack of, what is it? Poor judgment, lack of discernment. Not all judgment is bad. Some judgment is called discernment. That's the hindrance. We all have the innocence of the inner child within. And it's our duty, honor, and responsibility to take care of our inner childs and be wise and discerning, because yet we're one. There are souls in different frequencies. And some have entity attachments. Some have agreements and contracts with lower realities, lower astrals, and they live in hells. And they're asking for help. Arrogance, it's a cry for help. It's please, please, but they don't know how to ask for it. So they get no, no, no out of karmic instability until they learn how to be humble and share heart energy. So it can be an equal energy exchange. Because then the heart energy would nourish the teacher. The teacher is always the person that has the higher level of consciousness in the moment. Yes, we're one, yet the one that embodies the higher level of consciousness serves more as a mirror for the other being. For there to be an equal energy exchange, the student in that moment needs to give heart energy. So it needs to come from humility, self-honesty. Perfectly said, our innocence, inner child deserves discernment and protection. Yes. Yes. So these are the subtleties when we are in unconditional love, joy, ecstasy. Most of the time, I'm in a state of joy and ecstasy. Like if I'm in MDMA the whole day, what happens? Lack of discernment. I have to tune into my discernment because I see everybody as beautiful and lovable. Yet, I need to tune into their souls. So if it's relevant for me to have an exchange with them or how to handle the situation. Ultimately, I want everybody to heal and open. Yet, I'm not going to kill myself in the process. Can kill myself in the process. So, perhaps, yes. This is in the Love One, the balance of love and wisdom. Amazing text. If you want to search after this live ends on a different tab, search the Love One. Or Aaron Apke also has great videos about this, and I may do more videos. So we're stepping into a 4-density planet, a planet based on unconditional love. But to make the cut, it's like you're in casting. Every single day of your day, single frame of your day, you're in casting. Every single thought, action, intention, deed, stays in your Akashic records, stays in your soul's memory. You have no privacy. Everything is known. Like I can tap into anybody's field that are giving me permission. By you being here, you're giving me consent, and I can see the Akashic records of your soul. I can see if you get a no or you get a yes. How do you open up the gates or the doors to higher realms, heavens, celestial realms, karmic merit, humility, service, openness, authenticity? And then you make the harvest to for density, reality of love. What do you get? Fearlessness, happiness, joy, contentment, peace. So I don't want to stay much in this topic. Okay, before the whole experience, life demonstration of wisdom happened. Yes, so after this video ends, I suggest you pause it and ask, what is my heart desires? What are my heart's desires? Why my heart? And write it on a journal or on your notes on your phone. Because your heart is just direct connection with God. Where is Godhead? Where is source? It's in your heart. That is your instant connection. Why in lower realms, in hells, when you fall in love with someone, you're so lit up because you're tapping into God through that person. And when you have a breakup in lower hells, it's like devastating and you have so much time to heal. It takes so much to heal. And then you're so contracted because that person was an anchor for a higher heaven, for a reality of God and love. And you were being of service to each other to help each other walk back home, closer to God. But in higher realms, higher heavens, you don't need to be in love with a particular person to have your heart open, because your heart is just open because it just is. Again, with discernment, boundaries, wisdom. So when you live with an open heart, you don't need the romantic relationship to get you into the high state. That's just a cherry on the top. Haha, James Bond and Cleopatra bang. Yes. Already known, a prop down south in the winters, good vibes. Are there any tips if I can hear my heart's desires? Okay. There's a lot of monkey mind if you can hear your heart's desires. So, and thank you, Anastasia. I love that movie. You know that movie, Anastasia, for the inquiry, because I wanted to get into this. When you can hear your heart's desires, you may have a lot of activity in the mind. So there needs to be forgiveness, wordplay. Again, let's call it no shadow work anymore. That doesn't exist in Nicole Ortega's reality. Fun, play, work. Fun, play, work. Okay. So forgive, forget, discern, move on. I'm going to repeat that again. Forgive. There's going to be an image that's going to come into your mind, setting the frame, setting the intention, whatever it is that you're holding on to, resentment, trauma experience, lack belief, story about the past, blame story, victim story, fear, fear, fear. Now, bring it into your mind, Anastasia, right now. Right now, what is the story, lack story, fear story, victim consciousness, belief, trauma that I have been replaying in my mind over and over and over. Just bring it to the surface right now. Okay, cool. Forgive, forget, discern, realign, move on. I'm going to repeat it again. Forgive, done. Forgive, done. Forgive, done. Forget. No need to replay the same pattern drama scenario, victim complex. Forgive, forget. No need to replay the same drama scenario, victim complex, fear-based story, lack story. Discern. We're forgetting the story. We're forgiving the story. Yet, we keep the wisdom of what that story was teaching you. You will know what it is. I can tell you that. That's on your soul's records. What is the lesson of the victim story, pattern, situation, trauma bond relationship that I kept repeating in my mind's eye, blocking the heart's desires, connection to God. Forgive, done. Forget, out of the field. Discern, what's the lesson? Once you grasp the lesson, it's going to come. Write it down so you don't forget the nugget. Once the lesson's learned, you don't need to replay the same scene, pattern, situation, contraction, trauma that happened to you 5 years ago, yesterday, 2 weeks ago. Lesson extracted, wisdom nugget. Write it down. Forgive, forget, discern. Now, realign. When you have the nugget, you have the wisdom that you extracted from the situation. Beautiful. No need to replay those scenarios. You cleared up space in the monkey mind. Realign. Now, from this place of infinite forgiveness, unconditional love, discernment, forgetfulness in the sweetest way. How beautiful it is to forget everybody that seemingly wronged me and seemingly attacked me and seemingly didn't have my best interest. How beautiful it is to forget. Now realign. What do I want to create? Now that I have forgiven, now that I have released, now that I have forgotten, now that I know the lesson on that pattern, dynamic, situation, victim story, fear-based scenario. Now you have the space to listen to your heart's desires. Now write the question, what is my heart's desire? And if this was too quick for you, the process, guys, I suggest after the live is done, go back to this moment, pause, and repeat the codes and the process. And then moving on. That's how it is at the end. It's moving on. Okay. Forgive, forget, discern, realign. Moving on. What's next? I like how you portray yourself, Neville Goddard and David Hawkins' daughter, now James Bond and Cleopatra's daughter. Yeah, and that's just, I'm playing. This is like to make it fun. That's you. That's an example of who you are. This is me telling. This is not about me. Forget about me. This is about you. This is me telling you, you're epic. You're amazing. You're wonderful. How does it feel to remember how amazing you are? I keep seeing 11, 11, 11, and it's starting to scare me. I've never seen one angel number so many times. Beautiful. Those are all symbols of remembrance. It's always 11, 11. It's always the now. Time doesn't exist. We are always shifting from different points of view, configurations of consciousness, moment to moment to moment to moment. Every moment, it's an opportunity to show up in the configuration of consciousness that you're choosing to create the most abundant, electrified, epic life. Thank you, Anastasia. I'm happy for you. Thank you for being courageous, brave, humble to share your process, where you're at, and being in this life healing with everybody. How wonderful that we can do that together, guys. Isn't that the beauty of New Earth? Being able to be in community and open-hearted and support each other's healing. Not shadow work. That's going to be the main nugget here. Shadow work doesn't exist in New Earth. That's old. That's the old paradigm. Fun work play. Like we're in school. It's a new school. The most epic school. Marvel. Okay, this is a new X-Men, guys. We're going to build an X-Men. Imagine that's so fucking epic. We build an X-Men, how do you call that? I don't know, mansion house. And everybody is in their epic superpower. Because all of you have epic superpowers. And everybody's there sharing their passion. That's the vision. Then we're all playing and hanging out in community. Yeah. You create an X-Men school. And in X-Men school, nobody does shadow work because we're all fucking superheroes. We all have superpowers. There's no hierarchy. We all have a unique role. I'm not higher, lower, better than. You're not higher. We're all equal. Everybody has a unique role that plays in the X-Men mansion. And then we're all having fun, sipping coffee, laughing, having cookies, and being like, New Earth is so fucking fun. It's work play. It's work play. It's not shadow work. There's no more shadows. Because once you admit it, Once you admit defeat, once you humble yourself, once you say, this is where I'm at, there's no more shadow because you have exposed it into the light of truth. It burns in the light of truth. How did you move to where you live now? I don't know. It just happened. No, truly, one day I was just like, holy shit, okay, I have a villa here and I have a motorbike. The body did it. That's how it works for me now. The body does it. I set the coordinates though. I'm like, okay, what do I like to experience? How would I want to wake up in the morning? Okay, I want the sun. I want the ocean. I want tranquility. I want the woods. I want the river. Okay. So I set the coordinates and I just leave it to the field. And then one day I was having lunch here because there's a nice restaurant. And this girl that's now my neighbor, she was like, I think you'll be my neighbor. She called it in. And I was like, okay, perfect. Because in a high level of consciousness, everything happens by synchronicity. Coincidence doesn't exist. We live in the flow of the miraculous. But you gotta be specific. What do you want? And then the whole universe, which is you, pushed out, Neville got our basic teachings, conspires to make it so, to make it a reality, because it was a benefit for her too. After that, we have created such a wonderful connection. And we have supported each other in our work play process, refining our subtleties into deeper embodiment of epicness. It's always of service. What you want wants you back. It wants you clear. Everything that you can imagine that your heart will be in love and in passion and in pleasure. Those people, circumstances, situations, they want you back because what you do with them is part of what they do with you. That exchange benefits both parties and everybody elevates. So you following your heart after you do the process of forgive, forget, discern, realign, moving on. You can hear your heart's desires. Go back to 5 minutes before from this video. The process of forgive, forget, realign, forgive, forget, discern. Okay, wisdom nugget, realign, moving on. Okay, now what's your heart's desire? Whatever it is your heart wants, it wants you back. Easy. No force. It's power. It's God's love power. And if you don't like the word God, which I suggest you start liking because it just means grandiose, omnipresent dream. It's everything. God is everything. Yeah, source, truth, love. Whatever love wants, love wants. Love can negate itself. Love wants to share with itself, have fun with itself. Yeah. Is there a specific book by David Hawkins that you can recommend to someone who is new to his work, Nicole? Hi, Jess. Yes, Letting Go. That's the easiest text that he has. And the easiest, simplest text of letting go is the teaching that I needed at the highest level of consciousness. When I had gone through all the gates and the dragons and all the demons of paradox and all the deepest of my shames and guilts and self-hatred, when I had to face all of my contractions in the last door of hell before the last shift, that was what came up. Let go. Oh, that was so simple. That's the first book of Hawkins that I read 10 years ago. Oh, that's what you need right now. Okay, yeah. All the information you need will come in. The value of the aura of the teacher. True teacher, if the one is the one that has experienced it, gone through it, true and true, not heard about it, read about it, but done it. That's the true teacher. So, True teacher is the one that has gone through it, true and true. Direct experience, not heard about it, read about it, but done it. And whatever information you need, if you get a yes, thank you, Jess. If you get a yes, sometimes you get a no, you will receive the information you need the moment you need it. If you get a no, I suggest don't fight, then keep going with arrogance and grasp and neediness and take energy. Be of service. Humble yourself. Think about who you can help so you can anchor more light. And then you will feel worthy and deserving of higher level of opportunities, higher heavens. And then you may get a yes because you would feel worthy of more love because you gave back. You gave love to someone else, which is just you. Those are just lower astral problems when you're stuck in the lower astrals. Gotta be humble and be of service, man. And then you may get a yes. And you may be fit for higher heavens. Okay. We're all equal, yes, yet we're in different configurations of consciousness, parallel realities next to each other, vibing and creating a consensus reality with a line of communication. Yet everybody's in their own configuration of consciousness, in their soul's unique individual journey. And what's the intention? Back to softness. So we can all play in the X-Men mansion together with all of our unique superpowers embodied. And there's no need for this. I don't even have to come here and say anything because we all know this to the core in our soul's frequency. And then we all get to be babies, innocent babies again, and play in the X-Men castle. That's the vision. There's no need to have discernment and boundaries, and because there won't be lower house. That's what we're doing. There won't be entities, entity attachments, demons. Like that's all gonna be canceled, cleared, cleaned out. And in the new reality, we're all gonna be in unconditional love. It's happening. Last nugget I'm gonna share. Are you ready? This is potent. This is a variation of the forgive, forget, discern, realign. This is from the Buddhist path. It's called the 6 R's of the Buddha. 6 R's of the Buddha. For some reason, I just use 4. So I'm going to share the 4 that work for me. Recognize. This is for any pattern. Fear-based. Woohoo! Delicious, yummy, yummy. Any fear-based pattern, victim consciousness, resentment, shame, guilt, self-hatred, anything less than love. When I say anything less than love, it's a, so to speak, figure of speech to get the teaching across. Yet we're all equal. Love, love, love. Nobody less than, nobody more than. Okay? So now with that said, anchored, integrated, done. Shame, guilt, pride, conceit, ill will. That's what keeping you from the higher heavens. There is a dragon before enlightenment there with torches, gatekeepers. And it's like, do you have pride, conceit, ill will, shame, guilt, self-hatred? Okay. Now there's space for you to see if you have any of that. Buddhist path. Recognize. Go to the inquiry. When this becomes a recording, pause it there. Go through all the codes that I gave you. Ill will, shame, guilt, conceit, pride, self-hatred. Recognize. Do I have any of this? Okay. Release. No process. No more shadow work. Easy. Easy. Release. Done. Gone. Okay. Relax. Okay. I let it go. I relax. Re-smile. And then repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat. And that's how you cross the gates of the dragons. I'm going to repeat it again. The 6 R's, and you can Google on a different tab the six R's of Buddhism. And then you will receive 4 for some reason. Recognize, release, relax, re-smile. And then you clean your energetic field from those lower energies. Steppenwolf by Herman Hesse is also an excellent book to check out. It involves enjoying the blissfulness of life and dissolving the ego through humor. Fuck yes, epic. Steppenwolf. Actually, I'm going to screenshot that because part of thank you, Colin. All attachment leads to suffering. The Buddha. Woohoo! Recognize and release any attachment. Re-smile. And then the mind wants to grasp onto something else. Attach to your smile. Even if you don't feel it. Create an inner smile in your mind's eye. You only need to be attached to yourself, to your person. That's the one that's always seemingly with you. You're not the body, you are the field, but your person is the one that's always seemingly with you. So only attach yourself to your person and your heart's desire, which is your mission, your calling work. You're good. You're good to go. Okay. Feels complete. Thank you for your humility, your courage, your authenticity, your love, your presence. If you feel called to do deeper work play together, I'll leave you my email so I can tap into your field and see if you get a yes for a deeper connection. You can send me an email here. Yet the dragons of Paradox are going to be like this before I say yes. The feeling of uncertainty makes me want to attach. Okay, we can talk about that tomorrow. How to get comfortable in the unknown. Because you're always there. Once you arrive, it's known. I'm not my mind. I'm not my body. I am infinite. Good. I love how you arrived there at the end. Good for you. Hi, Mark. Okay, loving you guys. Tomorrow, 9 a.m. EST. Panama City time. Panama. Something like that. Yay. Bye, lovelies.